Today, I will briefly describe the culture and community we stand for in Syntropic World. I want to first set the meta context. Not everyone likes to play tennis. I'm one of those. But if you like tennis, you agree to play tennis, not baseball. Just because I don't want to play tennis does not make me evil, wrong, or any other possible word of identity dismissal. To agree to play syntropically is not obligatory. It is through a choice, your choice. Is Syntropic World a place that you would love to play? If yes, then welcome. If this does not speak to you, thank you for checking us out. I wish you the very best. May your chosen game bring you love and delight. To set the context, I will be introducing 3 elements: a performative contradiction, assumptions and emotional intelligence, and red dressed as green. In case anyone doubts, I am not pretending to have all of these things mastered. I do not claim I never make an assumption and get reflexively angry, or that I do not contradict myself. I know when people point out my limited behavior and lack of self-awareness around things I cannot see, I do listen, learn, and commit to change. I am on the learning path as much as anyone. Hello, this is Christine McDougall, and this is Sunday Syntropy for July 16th, 2023. The topic is Syntropic World for you, understanding its core principles. A performative contradiction from Wikipedia, performative, arises when the propositional content of a statement contradicts the presuppositions of asserting it. An example of a performative contradiction is the statement, "I am dead," because the very act of proposing it presupposes the actor is alive. Here are some other examples of performative contradictions. All statements must be false. I always lie. All knowledge is uncertain. There is no truth. We forbid any course that says we restrict free speech. If someone argues that all opinions are equal and then turns around and argues that their opinion is correct, this is a performative contradiction. Performative contradictions are sneaky. It often takes another person to point out when we are trapped in one. Very hard to see in yourself. Assumptions and emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to temper the reflexive charge that occurs when something happens and our reptilian brain fires. It can occur in an instant. Without understanding context, asking a question, or seeking more information, our brain has determined wrongdoing and lashes out in blame, anger, and righteousness. Shooting from the hip of assumptions without a break in our reflex says more about the reactive person than the circumstances. Red dressed as green. Part of the toolkit of Syntropic World is integral meta-theory, adult development. We use this as a framework for compassion, understanding, and the ability to understand multiple perspectives, not for righteousness and superiority. Syntropic World is attractive to many people centered on the green stage of development. These people care deeply about the environment, community, equality, justice, kindness, love, and consensus. There is a general shift from I-centered to we-centered, community, local, all in together. People arrive at the green stage of development, tired of the self-serving, forever striving for achievement, making as much money as possible, that thrives in the stage before green. In general terms, green cares, loves, is overly sensitive, seeks political correctness, dislikes rocking the boat, is conflict averse. Green is beautiful, considerate, generous. Green also desires agreement by all, 100% nonviolence, and no shouting. There is a deep dislike for the polarity of opinion. Like all stages of development, the shadow of green is a victim-blame persecution complex, an anti-hierarchical stance, fear of power, including our own. Statements such as, all arguments are equal, but mine is more right, a performative contradiction, is a very green-based statement, or there is no truth. Often we find a deep-seated red stage of development, red being I, me, mine, my rights, my truth, my research, my beliefs, dressed in green clothing. For example, let's aim for peace, but not with those ideas, beliefs, gender differences, or desire for equal but different rights. Red, dressed as green, becomes evident when the reptilian brain leads, strikes out, massive assumptions made, claims to be right without ever inquiring to the counterparty. Indeed, often not even interested in hearing from the other. Red, dressed as green, is swift to blame, judge, and persecute, but takes deep offense when the same happens to them. I have written a lot about rights and responsibilities, about holons, Holons, whole parts, and how to become a steward leader. You can find these articles in the show notes. Any claim for rights that takes away the rights of others is a form of domination, hierarchical, and a performative contradiction of power positions. This is a classic red dressed as green stand. Seizing rights without accepting that rights comes with responsibilities is a sign of immaturity. I want my right to own guns and shoot if I feel a little threatened, but I do not want to give these rights to orange or purple people. I want to be able to drive fast and without a seatbelt, but want to be cared for by public funds if I have an accident, and do not want to accept liability of injury for another for this choice. I want to get blind drunk and dive into a pool, but blame the owner of the property for not putting up a sign saying shallow water after I am rendered a quadriplegic. What does Syntropic World stand for? From a meta point of view, we do not believe there is a global cartel of a certain number of people pulling the strings on power and manipulation. In Bucky Fuller's book, GRUNCH of Giants, GRUNCH, that he wrote in 1983, he wrote about the gross universal cash heist. That's what GRUNCH is. He determined that while there are certainly actors of malicious intent, they are not collaborating or cooperating. And I agree. Think of a Shark Tank. No collaboration. We are speaking of apex predators, and one of them wants to be the apex of the apex. These people in power are incapable of cooperation. They are mafia. Dog eat dog. No global cartel. Just asymmetrical power designed into every system of humanity. The evolutionary purpose of Syntropic World is to design new systems that make these predatory systems of asymmetrical power obsolete. Conspiracy theories are crafted to keep people divided and to keep the power in power. To keep conquered, keep people divided is one of the oldest plays in the Book of Power. Those in power wield this card every day. To be trapped in conspiracy theories and cycles of drama is to be trapped in the very game Syntropic World wants to break down. This is the meta performative contradiction. Once we see it, we can become free and then lead change. This is not to say some conspiracy theories do not contain an element of truth. The greatest liars and spellcasters know that a truly great lie holds a seed of truth. But which seed holds or contains the truth? And does that mean we have to swallow the whole box of seeds? Rights and responsibilities. See an article on this in the show notes. In short, rights and responsibilities are a complementary pair. You cannot have one without the other. The more rights you have, the more responsible you are. It is never my right over yours. This kind of thinking is a win-lose game and the very thing Syntropic World seeks to end. Our aim in Syntropic World is the infinite game. See James Carse's book, Finite and Infinite Games. He was the originator of this term. Our aim in Syntropic World is the infinite game. All win, including Earth, nature, and our future. No exceptions, including you, even if you are pink, short, one-legged, three-eyed, of blurred gender, from here or there. No exceptions, not my place to judge. Simultaneously, when people oppress each other, when what is good for one is not available for the other, when justice is not open to all, when discrimination is normal, and when people deliberately harm each other, this is unacceptable in Syntropic World. Rights and responsibilities are the ground. Our intention is towards zero exploitation, zero extraction to extinction, zero colonization. This is a day-by-day, always learning practice, never perfect. Integrity is our aim, not perfection. Mistakes are acceptable, but not the same mistakes twice. Mistakes are there to learn from, to become better for. If anyone has a strong stand about something in particular, they are welcome to it, as long as they do not harm others or seek to make others wrong for having a different opinion. Diversity is vital to a healthy ecology. We have an article on this in the show notes. To all agree about everything is a sick entropic ecology. If you cannot agree to disagree and still hold the space for the whole, then Syntropic World is not a place for you. Righteousness to the point of being closed of heart and mind is an expression of fundamentalism and is not welcome in a syntropic living world. Diversity is not just diversity of people, ideas, and backgrounds. It includes diversity of choice, of design, of structures. Innovation and emergence are aliveness. Rigidity and closed hearts and minds are entropic. We aim wholeheartedly to be what we teach, to model, to practice. We get it wrong, make mistakes, and learn. This is integrity. We believe that people at the grassroots have the power to change even the most intractable structures and institutions. Speaking up, daring to care is how we begin. Being the new model, aiming to act with integrity is how we continue. Building community and demonstrating a different way creates a movement. There is universe, a coordinating principle of universe that is beyond human mind comprehension. To seek to describe this in an anthropomorphic way is to continue the mythos of patriarchy and domination. Universe seeks integrity, invites play in the field on Kairos time, and our individual and collective commitment to expressing our pattern integrity. If we want a world that works for 100% of humanity, Earth and all her creatures, without ecological offense or the disadvantage of anyone, we need new models, maps, and mindsets. What mindsets need to change? What models do we need to create? We could create models universe uses to coordinate everything, following 14 billion years of trial and error. In Syntropic World, we use a tool called Synergistic Accounting, based on Bucky Fuller's 12 Degrees of Freedom. This tool aims to change humanity's relationship to value, to account for the whole value of everything. Suppose someone does not have the financial means to experience one of our offerings. In that case, we never deny access after an application process where exchange of different types of value is established. Remember, zero exploitation. At the same time, we charge money for our programs, giving those with the financial means the opportunity to pay in money. Our Synergistic Accounting annual report shares publicly the number of scholarship programs and the often vibrant value exchange we experience. Is Syntropic World a place for everyone? No. We do not aim to be. We seek integrity, mutual respect, courage to dare to care, commitment to individual and collective learning from mistakes, application of principles, being the model, radical generosity, kindness, practice, embrace diversity and polarity, deep reflection within community, rights accepted with concomitant responsibilities, an understanding of natural hierarchy and stewardship, the ability to move with emergence, grace, and reverence, not perfection. Syntropy, towards a higher order for an eternally regenerative universe. Thank you for being here. I love answering your questions. So if you have any questions for this episode or previous episodes, please visit syntropic.world/podcast and click the orange button.
Hi, Steve from Melbourne here. And my question is...
Hi, this is Robin from warm and sunny Tanzania. My question is...
Good morning, this is Michael Frebe from Germany. My question is...
Hi, this is Colleen in the Netherlands. My question is...
Hi, this is Cindy from beautiful Cambridge.
Hello, I am Paul Epping from the Netherlands. And my question for the podcast...
Bonjour, my name is Dorothy from Brussels, Belgium.
Hi, my name is Ivan from Cali, Colombia, but I'm living in Bali right now. So my question is...
Hi, I'm Rochelle Armstrong from Northeast Victoria, Australia. My question is...
Hiya, this is Lorraine in Montreal, Canada, and my question is...
And that completes my question.
And that completes my question.